everyone, this is another video about retro gaming stuff, and today we're going to talk about this iCade conversion into not really mini, well, let's say mini tabletop. And this is with all the controller on side, which was originally your Bluetooth, which you connect into the iPad. You put there, you open there, put your iPad, and then it's connecting to a Bluetooth. But here I remove everything. This is now a real Sanwa for the controller and for the button. For the front is just like knockoff, which is just for start, select, and home. The screen is from an iPad, and this is mostly entirely 3D printed with a service door and some stuff. So yeah, I hope you're going to like this video. And yeah, so let's do this. What do we need? Of course, we need the iCade. So it's going to be difficult to put it on the frame, but I've already started to work on that. This is a project I have like on my shelf for a long time. So I've already got all the parts on the joystick. I've got the Bluetooth. There was a Bluetooth here. You had the battery here removed. I will keep that. I will just add some LEDs and resistor here. We'll just keep that. I still need to drill holes here and here for the start, select, and home buttons. I already paint the surface, but again, not really happy about the painting, so I will put these stickers I've made. So this is just print on laser vinyl stickers and laminate. If you want to see how I've done that, you can check here the video on how I made my stickers. So I'm just going to put that here. There were a small part here. This part I won't use it, so I'll just remove it. So inside the stick, I'm going to put. I will put those parts. I've got Sanwa JLF with a BarTop zero delay controller. I could also use a Pico fighting board, but for what I'm doing, I don't really need this top of the line controller. The zero delay will be just fine. The 5-volt LED stripped, white LED stripped, I'm going to use for my marquee. I have USB 2, a USB 3 connector. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use and where I'm going to use them, if I'm going to use them, but they are here. Pretty sure I'm going to use FPV connector. Of course, I'm going to use a Raspberry Pi. This is the only Raspberry Pi I have in stock. For the screen, I'm going to use 9.7 inches iPad 3 screen with the board. This board is, I think it's mini HDMI, mini DisplayPort. I've got USB-C for power. Supposedly I have a connector here for the audio, for the speakers, but I think I've tested with the wrong speakers, and I fried the audio amplifier on the board. I still have audio from the jack, so what's going to happen, I will have to order the new speaker. I think you need 8 ohms speakers, and eventually I'm going to buy an amplifier, a stereo amplifier from Adafruit. So yeah, and yeah, I have the small front panel button, but I will need to replace the button with taller one. And to put everything on the frame, still have to remove this side of the sticker. I already removed this part. For the frame, I have red vinyl roll, so I'm just going to unroll and put it on the side. But to hold everything, I'm going to use the 3D printer I've repaired. You can check the video here. My Chiron. You can use it for project without any problem. So I've already went ahead and start to print even assemble part. This part is going to be the one for the screen. It's going to be somewhere here, and put the screen here. I got some small hole here so I can screw it down. I have hole on the side for M3 or number 6 screw. So M3 for matrix and number 6 for imperial. So I can screw it down. The screen is going to be here. I have the bezel for the screen. So this is going to be something like that, with the screen on the top. And this is a 3-part piece I already assembled. You got the this side for the speakers, you've got the bezel, and you've got the back of the bezel. You can check here. The top here is open because I'm going to slide marquee. I want to test something. If it's working, it's going to be really cool. And yeah, I've got a screw here and a prong, so I could attach that, and it's going to be something like that, with the marquee here, the LED inside, the speaker here, the screen here. Not sure where I'm going to put the driver for the screen, even here or behind. And yeah, I've already started to work on the frame. As I said, I removed the pin here which were holding the top. I will still keep this moving part just in case, but if you want to add stuff, you get all the back here. This seems to be enough to put like any Raspberry Pi or anything. You got a way to I forgot an important point, since I will need a lot of 5 volt for powering the joystick, for powering the Raspberry Pi, for powering the screen. I will need to use this DC to DC converter. This is 12 volt or 24 volt to 5 volt, 15 amps. This should give me plenty of power. So I will have to print something here to cover. And I'm sure I'm going to put a door or something, but eventually I will need to have something to plug. This is going to be, I suppose, 12 volts. I don't think I have 24 volts power supplies on hand, but this is what's going to power all the Raspberry Pi and everything. Yeah, let's start by putting the vinyl on the frame. putting the stickers on joystick, and maybe do starting to put the 3D part. At least we'll see how this stuff is assembling together, and do some modification on the fly if needed. I've been testing the final position of the screen. So now it's on the 3D printed part, fitting well. Same for the button. I've already, it's not fixed yet, I haven't put the screw, but the front bezel is working fine. I've got the marquee here. As you can see, this is really bright, and the logo but in real life it didn't look like that at all. So this is what it looks like. I will try to zoom out. So everything is working. I may have to reorganize the buttons because they are not really in the right order. And this is the 3D printed sled with all the electronic. We've got our 5-volt splitter here. We've got our DC to DC converter, 12 and 24 volt to 5 volt. I've put here the DC jack. I've got a power button. This is the button for the power off. It's then put to the script yet. We've got our full bridge rectifier here, and from the splitter here for the 5 volt, we got our splitter with a button here. Can we see it? Yeah. So here I got a splitter here. I've got the HDMI output, which is going to be this cable, but I haven't received all my FPC cable like this one. I haven't received them all, so I cannot make the final connection. So yeah, if I switch here, you can see here I've got the other output, and now I can switch from what I want. So yeah, now you cannot see them, but the LCD driver and the audio driver, I'll try to show you, but I think I can just pull the LCD. Can I see it on the camera? So I will just move. As you can see, there's here the audio amplifier. I couldn't make the amplifier from the LCD board, which is somewhere inside. So I need to put them into support here for the LCD driver, and here for the audio. And once everything will be put inside, we'll have this service door, which should be here, and enclosing everything. The idea is to have all the electronic into a tray I can remove, and still have a service door. I've tried to put some magnets here, but they are too small, so I'm waiting for the magnetic strips here so I could close it correctly. So I will power off the unit and install this, but first I need to remove the screen and put the driver and the audio amplifier on their support. thing I noticed, and I should have way before, I was trying to align the box before screwing it, and this is not the FPV. As I said, I'm still waiting for the FPV cable to the HDMI FPV cable for the screen, but even like that, with those cable, this is the USB power for the LCD driver, and this one is for the LCD, the LED on the front for the marquee, and this one is not plugged. This is for the audio. Even with the thickness of this cable and those ones which are still really thin, I cannot close the lid. I can with the FPV, but not those ones. So I will have to cut. Some point. I don't know, make a hole, or I don't know how I'm going to do it that. But yeah, I need a space to put all the cable. I finally got my FPV cable, so here and here. I'm not sure this is going to be, no, it's not on the camera, but there you can see I put all my cable here. I had to add a small screw here because the LEDs were bending all the plastic here because it was so hot. For closing, this is really funny. I had to dig around stuff I have for like more than 20 years. This is something which came with my toolbox from France more than 10 years ago, and I already have it like 10 years ago. Before that, this is a magnetic closing for drawer or door for cabinet, and I used just one part because it was really too thin. I've tried a lot of stuff off camera, magnetic tape, and it's nothing was strong enough to close the door, so I used that. I use two small neodymium magnets to close, because again it was like a bit weird to have all the right closing, because it was here flush, so this has to be inset and then have enough space here to close, so everything is working. So basically everything here is done, it's closing nicely. On the bottom, let me try to show, and yeah, on the bottom, so as you can see everything is screwed down and done. I shortened the USB cable because it was really too long, and so yeah, the only thing missing now is the bezel, so I will just have to take the bezel and stick it with the double-sided tape, and that should be the last part. So let's do this. So this is it. This was a pretty fun project. I hope you find some ideas if you have an iCade and you want to transform it. Yeah, so some stuff I need to modify is the marquee. Careful, this is going to be very bright for a second. This is the marquee. The marquee was supposed to be a 3D printed piece, directly printed into a retroprojector film. And as you can see, the result is not great. Yeah, so I need to work on that. As you can see, it was a pretty bad test. But yeah, the idea was to have something more fancy than just to put a piece of paper. So yeah, I have other ideas for this printer, for this. So yeah, I have other ideas for this minicade, so stick around and catch the next video about this project. So I hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.